How's it going? I'm Cosmo James, and I hope you had a good weekend. Mine was pretty good. A bit exhausting, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I got out. I don't do that often. Not at all. But enough of that. Let's start this week. But before we do, like, subscribe, and comment. It would be much appreciated. And let's get to it because honestly, there is a lot to talk about to the point I had to actually move stuff away from today because it was just too much. But I'll be talking about it tomorrow for sure. On what it is, oh, you'll see. So let's start off with something cute because this is actually really cool. So, if you have never heard of Kung Fu Hustle, it's an over the top action Chinese, if I'm. No, I think it's Korean, if I'm correct. Uh, Comedy slash action movie. It's really fun. I've seen it countless times, dub and sub, because, you gotta experience both. And if you've never seen it, you should go watch it. It's a cult classic because not a lot of people know it, but it's one of those movies that if you see it, you love it. Because I've never really seen or never heard anyone that's seen this movie hate it. So, with that said, we're getting a part two. I'm excited. I think everyone that's made the first one is coming back to make the second one, so that's good. It has been 15 years, so that's interesting. I do wonder how they're gonna do this. But as long as they keep everything that made the first one fun, but give it new life, it could work. Why I'm having some hope on this, for the fact is well, it's not Hollywood doing this. That's one thing. That's one of the reasons why I have some hope in this movie. And it's just fun. I just hope it's fun. That's all I want. I just want a good action fun movie that the original was. But that's it. That's really all we got because, well, there's not much to go with. I think it might come out next year. I don't know if filming has started yet or anything like that. But I'll keep you updated because this is cool. This is very cool. All right, now for some revivals. Another side of the revival spectrum. I don't know how I feel about this one, just for the fact that it's coming to Netflix. Well, I think it's produced by Netflix. Yeah, even though they're kind of drowning at the moment, I guess they feel like they want to just start, throwing stuff on the wall and see if it, sticks. So, if you haven't heard or you've never heard of That 70s Show, it's getting a spinoff. It's a fun show. I have nothing against it. I've never really seen it. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. I just never got into it. But I wouldn't mind going, rewatching it one day. But with that said, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about that we're talking for the fact that there's going to be a spin-off. Yes, That 70s Show spin-off. That 90s Show. Crazy enough, that's not the first time that That 70s Show has had a spin-off. They made a That 80s Show before. It didn't last long. I think it was like one season. Oh, it wasn't good. That's what I've heard. And I think I remember seeing like clips and stuff. And even I would have to say, oh man, that's bad. But the thing about that spinoff, they didn't have any of the original characters coming back. Or I don't think it was any of the original writers or anything like that. But it seems like they are trying to focus on it's not a reboot. Soft reboot, I guess? It's a spin-off more. The spin-off is going to take place with the main characters. I think they're going to, come back and reprise their roles. Pop in every so often. And I think it's going to focus on their kids this time. Or maybe a different group of kids. There's not much to go on right now, but it does seem like everyone's coming back except for one of the actors. I cannot remember his name right now. But it seems like one of them is not coming back. There's reasons for that. You should Google it. It's a sad story. We'll go with that. Not much is known about this yet, so maybe it's something we'll see next year also. I don't know how I feel about this. Look, I'm not against spin-offs or reboots or continuing a franchise, I think the main problem is that when they do that, they usually just screw it up. And I think that's what pisses off everyone. Pisses me off. Look, I could continue the series. It's fine. I like it. If it could be continued, do it. But if it's not able to, or if it's not done right, yeah, it doesn't work. And we'll have to see. Who knows? I'm not holding my breath on this one. Let's just say that. Now, the rest of the stuff we're going to be talking about is good news, though. So, if you haven't seen Spy Family, well, I guess it depends on how you say it, because I call it Spy Cross Family, crossing over. But some people have called it Spy X Family or just Spy Family. Pick your poison. It's going to be one of those situations. Well, if you haven't seen Spy Cross Family yet, you should. It's a fun series. The anime, I think it has 4 episodes right now. And I've been reading the manga because the manga is far, far ahead. I think it's about 62 chapters. And I have the Shonen Jump app, so yeah, gotta make that count. And I've been enjoying it. I'm about a volume and a half in, and I'm gonna keep reading it because it's a lot of fun. It's not groundbreaking, but it doesn't need to be. That's the thing. It's just fun. I miss fun, and this is fun. But yes, it seems like the anime is doing very well, and I do want to watch it. I'm gonna read all of the manga before I start watching the anime, the first season of it. But it seems like because of that, it's giving boost to the manga sales and everything, and that's really good because it deserves it. It really does. Apparently, the manga has been sold so far is 1.7 million copies thanks to the anime adaptation of it. So it's boosted up a lot. Kind of like what happened with Demon Slayer. I don't know if Spy Cross Family will get up to the point of Demon Slayer, but I don't think it needs to. It just needs to be fun. I'm going to keep saying fun because I miss it. Hollywood can't do fun anymore, and right now we're relying on Japan with anime and manga because somehow they still could do it. Oh, I hope they don't get tainted or corrupted by this stupidity of the woke crowd. Ugh. But with that said, until then, at least we have some good stuff to watch and read. So, I'm going to keep saying it. If you haven't watched it or read it yet, read and watch Spy Cross Family. With other news, with a book to anime, manga to anime, or comic book to movie, we got something else interesting coming along. So Blake Lively, I had to look this up because I wanted to make sure. This is Ryan Reynolds' significant other. Apparently, she's going to be directing one of Brian O'Malley's books, Seconds. I like this book. It's been a while since I read it, though, so I have to reread it to get the idea. It takes place in the Scott Pilgrim universe, but in a different period of time and different characters altogether. It was a fun read. I have it. I have all 3 of his books. I don't know if Brian O'Malley has done anything new lately. I should look it up. But it seems like they're going to be adapting the book, Seconds, to movie. Kind of like what they did with Scott Pilgrim. And it looks like Blake Lively is going to be directing it for the first time. I'm not against it. But, yes, there's a but. But the way Hollywood is right now, I don't know. That's the problem. But Blake is married to Ryan Reynolds, so maybe she's cool. And it's not her that I'm gonna be worried about. It's more the Hollywood executives that I'm worried about. That's gonna muddy it up and all that stuff. I don't know how good it would be though. That's the problem. But Edgar Wright is working on the script, and he's the one that worked on Scott Pilgrim. So there's still some hope, because he did a really good job with Scott Pilgrim. And with Seconds, it's only 1 volume, so They don't have to, cut it up into pieces or mush it together, kind of like what they did with Scott Pilgrim. I'm cautiously, cautiously optimistic about this one. I want to have some hope. Please be decent. And with that said, I do need to reread this book, and I'm gonna do that soon. Hopefully, if I have any time. All right, well, let's end this with some really, really good news because I talked about this about a few weeks ago that Batwoman is gonna look like, well, she was look like it was gonna be canceled, and well, it's official. Batwoman is canceled. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Yes, after 3 seasons, Batwoman is canceled. Ah, thank God. It was so bad. I've seen clips and everything. I can't believe it. It lasted for 3 seasons. And, well, honestly, the only reason why I know so much about Batwoman is because of people on YouTube ripping it apart. Because that was like the best part. Shout outs to Az from Heels versus Babyface. Shout out to Jay Longbone. And shout out to the EFAP crew for making this show entertaining for me. Because I would have never watched it otherwise. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. But, rip. Nothing of value was lost. Well, that's it. That's all the news for today. It was packed. And there's more tomorrow, so stay tuned. So, until next time, see ya.